Hey everyone, what you're about to watch is what I call my birthday adventure trip. Now, I know that's a pretty stupid name, but that's just because I haven't thought of a better one yet. Anyway, let's get to the idea of my trip. This trip involves me being blindfolded, put in a vehicle, driven to a random remote location based on the driver's choosing, and then I am dropped off and left in the middle of nowhere. And at that point, it is my objective to be able to find my way home, figure out where I am, and figure out how to get home. Now, when it comes to rules, there are a couple. The first rule is that I'm not allowed to have any kind of ID or any kind of money. I'm going to have to try to figure out how to get home without it. The second rule is that although I'm taking my phone with me, I'm not allowed to have it on anything other than airplane mode. That prevents me from being able to make calls or receive calls, to be able to make or receive texts, or to be able to use any kind of internet or GPS. Now, the reason why I'm having my phone in the first place is because I honestly don't have any other way to be able to record my trip. If I had some kind of a GoPro or any other kind of handheld camera that was mine, I would use that and leave my phone at home instead. But I don't, so I had to take my phone and use that. Also, since this is my trial run and the first time I'm doing this, it really helps to put my girlfriend, my family and friends' minds at ease with them knowing that I have a way to get a hold of them in case an emergency situation arises. Now, I know you're asking, like, why would I do something like this? The reason why I'm doing this is because my life is very fast. Every single day, every single week is flying by. I'm losing track of time. I'm getting older, and I'm not getting anything done really that I've been wanting to get done for the past couple years. I'm sure everyone's been in that situation where they have dreams, they have hopes, and time is flying by, and it seems like, they're running to just end up in the same exact spot. I don't like that. So what I do is I like to take time to find specific ways to be able to slow down time to insanely appreciate the moment. Every single day, I'm on the highway, I'm driving everywhere, I'm driving to work, I'm driving home, and it's happening, it's all flying by at, an insane pace. So what better way to slow things down than to put myself in the middle of nowhere at a walking pace, be completely lost, and then really try to examine the moment and really emphasize the moment for the sake of survival, for the ultimate goal of, just getting home. That really helps me appreciate where I am, who I am, what I want to do with my life, what I can and cannot do, the people around me, and all of my luxuries like money, all my luxuries like having a car, and, a microwave. So that is why I'm doing this trip. And I set forward with the idea of doing this trip with the idea that I would be able to figure out ways to be able to survive. So I'd have to be able to find my own food. I have to be able to find my own water. I have to be able to find my way to, my destination, which is being home, without going through the usual methods. Now, ideally, I didn't get dropped off as far this time as I originally wanted to. I was expecting a lot more open wilderness. I was hoping for a lot more open wilderness. And although I was dropped in open wilderness and I had to trek through it, it only took up about an hour and a half to 2 hours time of my entire trip. I really found myself walking through along the side of the roads of the extended suburbs of Kansas City more than anything else. Now, with that being the case, like I said, that's not ideal. So if you're expecting me to be like hunched over a fire in the middle of the pitch black darkness, with wolves howling around me, and I'm trying to, put together gloves made out of broken glass to fight them off in a desperate bid for survival. I mean, if that's what you're expecting when you watch this video, you're going to be a little disappointed. Like I said, this is just my trial run. I was only dropped off around 20 miles away from home, and I really had to make things worse on myself because survival would have been a lot easier if I didn't. Like I said, walking through the suburbs, if I needed food, all I really had to do was just walk up to someone's house and ask them for a sandwich or an apple. And sooner or later, someone out of the kindness of their heart would have been able to give it to me. So I really made sure that I really tried skipping things like that and skipping things like hitchhiking to make it worse on myself, to make things more interesting, and to really try to create room and avenues for other more, not extreme, but more different survival methods, like digging through trash and things of that nature. So anyway, I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. This next year, I'm going to try to make this an annual event. So the next year, I'm going to try to make it at least 40 miles. I really want to start making it so that where I'm having to survive out in the middle of the wilderness, use actual natural survival skills, a lot more readily. And for me to really have to be really ingenuitive in order to be able to figure out how to survive and how to communicate and talk with people and organize ways to get home, long stretches of highway, long stretches of farmlands and fields, cities completely disconnected from one another, to really make it more of a challenge. Because right now here around Kansas, everything is really flat. You really don't hit like any form of like high hills or valleys for like many miles in any direction. So with that being the case, I really have to try to make this trip extreme if I want to hit terrain of that nature. Otherwise, everything is just really flat. So like I said, this is a trial run. I was successful in what I wanted to accomplish. I did find ways to be able to feed myself. I did find ways to be able to stay warm if I had to. I did figure out how to locate where I was and how to point myself in the right direction to get home. I was successful, and I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. I still think it's worth watching. If you have any comments or questions, or if you're interested in my birthday trips, please just get a hold of me. I have Facebook accounts, Andrew Chafin or Rinchy Andrew Chafin, as a Facebook group, or a Facebook page, I'm sorry. I do have this YouTube account that you guys are watching this video now. So like I said, if you want to get a hold of me, please do. If you have any comments or questions, please drop them underneath this video. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you.
Today is the day. It is around 1:30. My girlfriend's getting ready to drop me off, and I'm about to find my way home. Condition-wise, I am a little bit of a disadvantage. We went and partied a little bit last night and had too much to drink for a trip like this. So I'm actually starting off a little dehydrated. I've done my best to really try to flush my system last night before I went to bed, but I'm still feeling a little bit, so I'm going to have to be very careful. So this is going to be a very interesting trip indeed.
Right, I am. Okay, so this is a gravel road in the middle of nowhere. I'm recording.
Should take it off?
Yep.
Oh shit. Okay. This is perfect. Woo! Okay. Alright.
Let me know when you want me to stop recording.
Just let it run for a second. It is now 2:15. We started a couple hours later than originally. I didn't see it.
Okay.
I have no idea where I am. And here we go. Turn it off. Here I am. In the middle of nowhere. So, I got lucky. The temperature is about 80 degrees. It's going to be a high 80. The low tonight is going to be somewhere around 60. And so I'll be fine with what I have on me. But if for some reason I feel like I need to collect warmth, stay warm, I'll just have to improvise. But first things first, I hear no highways. A passing car went down that way, and I have no idea what direction we went. I have no idea where I am. So my first, I'm gonna start going. first instinct is to go opposite of how I was dropped off, and hope that gives me results. See if I can find someone and to ask them where I am, where the nearest highway is, what city I'm in, and go from there. So, starting my journey. Still walking, cutting through a field, and when I cut through a field, I came upon it's a pretty sizable pond. So, someone took the kindness of their heart to mow a line around this pond. So, I am greatly appreciative of their services. So I'm trying to find a break in this massive green field next to me. I really don't feel comfortable walking through such a field so close to a water source and not be able to see my feet or really anything from the knee down. I don't know what kind of animals are going to be sitting inside there. The plane! The plane! I hear a plane! For not, to me, feeling that I was dropped off very far from where I live, my girlfriend really did a good job at finding a desolate and insanely remote natural location. Good job, Lauren. Well, I just came up to my first street and it says 183rd Street. So that means I am way down south. I'm assuming she took me southwest. So I'm going to truck north and east. I think I might hear the sound of a highway in the distance in this direction. So I'm gonna head in that direction. So instead of me asking someone where I am, because so far I haven't seen anyone that's not in a car driving past me at 50 miles an hour.
I'm not going to show you guys what I did at this point because what I may or may not have done may or may not have been extremely illegal. But what I can tell you is that I did find out what city I was in.
Yep, southwest. So I am fine going north and east, right now east, as long as I don't cross state line. So, yep, on my way. Hey guys, or girls, what you guys up to? Well, you're having a problem with a lot of flies, aren't you? Hey, you're really pretty. So here I am at Heritage Soccer Park. I already know where I am. Really taking it to them. Oh, good luck. Figured I'd refill my water bottle here and take a break, rest a little bit. At this rate, I'm going to be home before sundown. Hey everyone, just updating everyone. I am resting right now. I've been walking for about an hour and 30 minutes. It is close to 4 o'clock. Actually right now I could end this game just for the sake that In this parking lot alone, there are literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cars belonging to hundreds and hundreds of families, and a lot of them have Johnson County tags. So it would not be an issue for me to just ask around all these families until I found a family that would be willing to give me a ride up north home. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go ahead and just keep on walking. I'm just going to walk on the entire way home and just see what I can find along the way if anything else could possibly happen. Houses on my left, houses on my right, and a vicious amount of cars. But oh well. I actually prefer walking on the left side of the road for the simple fact that I can see the cars coming ahead of me, and the cars coming up from behind me can pass me without worrying about hitting me. So that way I don't have to worry about getting blindsided. Ooh, is there a garage sale?
One vehicle accident.
Cool. Well, I wish you luck on the rest of your garage sale.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry you can't throw something on your back and take it out.
Oh, I'd be dead tired trying to carry something home.
I know you would be.
Thank you.
Yeah, you would too. Well, good luck. Now, stand the ditches. You can't stand the ditches part of the way until you get up to here.
That's what I've been doing. I've been trying to stay off the side.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what you could do is you could climb the gate there. There's a gate that's over for the deer coming across.
Okay.
And then walk back up to the park that way till you get to the park and then walk. It's not so bad once you get the park entrance and walk on.
Is the park on this side or the other?
It's on that side.
On the other side?
When you go to this last house here on the left,
Yeah.
well, there's a gate over there. The deer been coming through. That's park ground.
Okay.
So you could go through that, climb over that gate, or go through the gate, kind of, and then walk up straight on up that way, and get to a better part of the road going straight on up.
I think I'm going to try that.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
I appreciate it.
Nice visiting with you.
That old lady that you heard me talking to advised that I come to a gate that's knocked down and I go through a park, and I should come across a road that is a lot less busy and it has a sidewalk. So what do? I think I'm gonna try the park. She lied to me. There is no path to the park. Oh well, I'm just gonna have to go through. And yeah, that looks like there's another side of this place. I'm going through this damn brush. Just so I think get to an open clearing. Even bigger thorns. I love those trees. Fuck! I just went through all that brush and shit just to come to a freaking gated park. Well, she wasn't wrong. There was a park. I wish you would have been a little more clear about the nature of the gate. She said it was a fallen gate, I believe, a fallen gate for deer that deer use, not a large car-sized gate for people. That was a waste of energy.
2 hours later.
The honeymoon phase of the trip is gone. At first, it's very mystical and very beautiful. And then
gets to a point where you start to get tired. Things start to hurt. Your joints ache. Constantly trying to dodge cars. Here on is when the spirit kicks in. There's nothing left to do except soldier on. I was walking and I found this along the side of the road. Looks like I hit the jackpot. This is an entire bag of charcoal. You can't tell me that for survival, people or anyone wouldn't appreciate a giant bag of charcoal. So I'm gonna go ahead and take some of this charcoal with me. I ripped off a piece of, I ripped the bag in half, and I'm going to wrap this charcoal up in the paper bag, and then put it in my pocket, carry it with me. If I ever find a lighting source, it's great. If not, I'll have at least this with me, and it's great because charcoal burns well, and so does the paper that I'm going to be carrying it in. So, good find. So I just had a nice man slow down his car and shouted out the window if I needed a ride or if I was just walking. And I told him I was good. That was the first time someone stopped to ask me if I'm okay. It's good to see that there are people who care. If I was any further than how I am now, where I am now, I would have accepted it. But since this is a trial run and the distance isn't as far as ideal, I decided not to allow, I think I said earlier in a video, not to allow hitchhiking this time. I instead want to try to drag this out a bit more and make this trip last longer, and to really make sure that there's room for interesting shit to happen. So I'm headed home. My back right heel was starting to rub raw, so right now I only got one shoe on, but oh well. Something that I noticed about my trip so far is that there's not been a single commercial building. There's not been a single commercial building my entire trip so far. I'm about halfway through. And that would really suck if it was like 100 degrees. I would have been dying. I've already been through like 2 bottles of water. And I've just been lucky to find water fountains at parks along the way. And there hasn't been a food place. There hasn't been any building other than houses, farms, and like soccer fields and football fields, recreational parks. That's all it's been. So hopefully my scenery changes here very soon. Hey, guess what happens when you take 2 rights in a park and as you come out there's no street signs? You go south. Away from where you should be going and where you need to be. So I lost 5 streets until I realized the sun was on the wrong side of me. So, oh well. Alright, this is not good. The sun is almost gone, and I am now in a hurry to find a road that's got a sidewalk, because they're having to do that. Shit. Might have to change my plan. Hey, look at this. Commercial businesses. I'm getting closer. I am now on the wrong side of the road. Oh, I thought I was halfway. Turns out I was not halfway, especially with that mistake of mine. My energy levels are dropping. It's been 6 hours, almost 7 hours since I last ate. My water's gone. So the good news is I am leaving the country, and or rather just the extended suburbs, and I am now starting to get more and more into business areas where there's bound to be restaurants and food places. So refilling my water is not going to be a problem, but with absolutely no money, finding food is going to be the problem. So after my little rest here for the next 5 minutes, I am going to urban forage. Can't wait. Holy shit. After 5 hours, I'll finally hit my first stoplight. And lo and behold, the luxury of sidewalks. Woohoo! I'm freaking hungry. Problem is, there's nothing to eat except grass and wooden fences. So I better think of something soon, or this is gonna be rough. I haven't even seen a single food place yet on my trip. So dumpster diving is gonna be interesting. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Come at me, bro. Come at me. Come on. What you gonna do? Oh. Go wide. That's how it is. Don't even wanna give me a challenge. Oh, here's another one. Oh, come on, man. Test my skills. Come on. Right at me. Right at me. See if I can take it. Let's see if. Oh, shit! I'm playing. That wasn't close. Yes, I know. Hi. Dumbass. Hey, I'm at the Highlands. The Highlands. Kensington of Kansas. That sounds so posh. I am now seeing Burger Kings and McDonald's for the first time, and I'm actually not that far from the house. I'm about another hour from home, but I wonder how hard it would be to try to get food from one of these places without money. Finally, a gas station. I get to finally use a restroom that is not a tree. Oh, I'll be damned. This is a... If I can get it open. Hold on. Is it broken? God, I hope not. Nope. Oh, hell yeah. Torch lighter. Holy shit. Looks like it's about half full too. Ha! That's exactly what I needed. Ha! I'll be damned, I got both charcoal, paper, and a lighter. All in the single trip. That was perfect. Well, I tried sifting through the top of some of the garbage cans of Sonic. Didn't see anything that was readily edible. A lot of it was empty. Didn't have much time to really try to dig through it. I didn't have much time because Sonic around here apparently on Saturday nights looks like a big Ricers convention. And it's just there was a shitload of people there, so I didn't spend much time at that Sonic, but you know what, I gave it a shot. So I didn't have to dig through any more trash cans because I got McDonald's. Walked in, and the manager was right there at the front cashier. I told him that my bike broke down way down south, and I walked this entire way from 190th Street, and I was asking him if there's any way he could give me any kind of food, and he did. So success. Perfect. I know if there's lighter away, when you let go, it has a tendency to want to stay on, but it shuts off. Perfect. There's a trend I noticed. South of 150th, get really nice people. Families, cheerful, guys asking me if I needed a ride. Really nice people. The lady I talked to at the garage sale that I passed, she was really nice. I go north of 150th, and everyone is an asshole. That is like the 10th time someone has screamed at me out of the passenger window as they drive by, and it's ridiculous. Oh, my last stretch of the race, and I got jacked by a sprinkler coming up out of the ground from nowhere. That's chilly. Hey, a couple of shadowy looking guys in the far off distance. They're looking at me. Might have to take them out. You never know. So I'm within about 5 minutes of my house. I was dropped off southeast of Gardner, which this entire trip was about a 20-mile trip. Not as long as I was hoping for, but completely understandable for a first run. It took me, it is now around 10:15. It took me about 8 hours to go through this trip. Now 8 hours is a pretty bad time for 20 miles, but I wasn't that much in a hurry. There was one point where I was actually going the wrong way for a little bit. I did take time to try to find food, and for a lot of that I didn't know where the hell I was. So I still got it done, and I'm proud of myself. I did not believe that there was a time where my life was in danger. I was able to feed myself, keep myself well hydrated, be able to navigate home pretty accurately through, which was probably one of the quickest paths. And I was able to supply myself with means of staying warm. I was able to find charcoal, paper, to carry it, and to also use possibly to burn. There's pine cones and dead needles and dead grass everywhere to use as tinder, and I found a lighter at 7-Eleven as a ignition source. So keeping myself warm would not be a problem, and I did all of that within the span of this one trip. I set out to really try to change my day, change my weekend, and I succeeded, and I'm proud of myself. And honestly, if I could, my body's already ready for another 20 miles, but I have to save for next trip.